We live in an age of comfort, heated homes, food on demand, entertainment in our pockets. Yet despite this, people are weaker than ever. We break at the first sign of stress. We crumble when we're criticized online. Anxiety, depression, and insecurity are at all-time highs. But 2,000 years ago, there was a philosophy forged in fire, Stoicism, a philosophy that taught emperors, slaves, and soldiers how to endure exile, betrayal, pain, and even death without losing their composure. The Stoics were untouchable. And if you learn to play by their rules, you can be untouchable too. No insult, no setback, no rejection will have power over you. So, how does Stoicism make you unbreakable in a weak modern world? Come with me as we step inside their minds. Everywhere we look, weakness is celebrated. People argue endlessly on social media. They take offense at words, collapse under pressure, and retreat into victimhood. Seneca, writing nearly 2,000 years ago, diagnosed the same illness. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Our minds exaggerate threats. We imagine disasters that never arrive. We inflate small problems into unbearable burdens. This is modern weakness, letting imagination rule us instead of reason. The Stoics flipped the script. They said, if you master your mind, no one can master you. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, surrounded by war, plague, and political betrayal, wrote in his private journal, "The mind is like an inner citadel, a fortress no enemy can ever storm." Picture it. Marcus is in a military camp on the Danube frontier. His generals betray him. His own people die in plague, and yet night after night he writes meditations not about power or glory, but about discipline. He trains his mind like a soldier trains his body. The Stoic secret is this: the world outside is chaos, but inside your mind you can build a fortress. That's why the Stoics journal, to strengthen the walls of that fortress. Today, journaling or reflection works the same way. Instead of doom-scrolling Twitter, write down what you can control and let go of what you can't. That's how you build your citadel. Most people run from pain. They medicate it, complain about it, avoid it. But the Stoics saw pain differently. It was training. Epictetus, born a slave, beaten by his master until his leg was permanently crippled, famously said, "You may fetter my leg, but not even Zeus can conquer my will." He had nothing, not even freedom, yet he turned his suffering into strength. His broken body became a weapon for teaching resilience. Modern people avoid discomfort, but discomfort is the training ground of strength. The Stoics deliberately sought it out. Seneca slept on hard floors to remind himself he could endure poverty. Cato walked barefoot through Rome, wearing simple clothes while senators mocked him, training himself to ignore ridicule. In our world of instant comfort, you become unbreakable by leaning into discomfort. Engage in cold showers, fasting, hard physical and mental training. Rise yourself above the weakness and mediocrity to build yourself into something truly exceptional. Remember, each small hardship is practice for life's real storms. One of the biggest modern weaknesses is our obsession with approval. We live for likes, shares, and validation. Just one insult online or a stray comment can ruin someone's day. This is pure weakness. The Stoics trained to make themselves immune to insults. Cato the Younger, who was a Stoic senator, once wore deliberately unfashionable clothing in Rome. People laughed at him, mocked him, whispered behind his back. But here's the thing. Cato wanted this. He wanted to train indifference to ridicule, to be free from the opinions of others. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your judgment of it." Translating this into the modern world is about understanding that words don't hurt you. Your reaction to them does. Everything lies within the control of your perspective. This is what truly separates the untouchable from the perpetual victims. You must build inner strength so insults, rejection, and criticism bounce off you like arrows hitting armor. The highest Stoic strength was fearlessness, and it was built upon the acceptance of death. The Stoics practiced memento mori, the meditation on mortality. They reminded themselves daily, life is finite and death is certain. This was not intended to darken the spirit, but to sharpen it, to awaken clarity and urgency. Seneca observed, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." I believe, as the Stoics did, that all of life is preparation for death. Every challenge, every hardship, every act of discipline is training for the final moment, the one test that cannot be avoided. History gives us powerful examples. When King Leonidas and his Spartans stood at Thermopylae, facing certain death against the Persian army, they did not retreat. They did not beg for mercy. They met death as the natural conclusion of a life lived with honor. Their preparation was not in that single battle, but in every day of training, every act of discipline, every sacrifice. When the moment came, they were ready. This was the Stoic way, to live each day as if it were a rehearsal for the last, to make peace with mortality so completely that death itself loses its power. For the one who accepts death, fear dissolves, and in that freedom, nothing in life can break them. They become untouchable. So, how do you become untouchable in this weak modern world? Build your inner citadel journal, reflect, master your thoughts, embrace discomfort, train, fast, endure. Make pain your ally, become indifferent to insults, stop living for approval. Remember death, stop wasting time, live with urgency. This isn't about appearing strong, it's about being strong. Silent strength, stoic strength, the kind no one can take from you. In a world full of fragile people, even a small dose of stoicism makes you stand out like steel among clay. So ask yourself, will you stay soft or will you become untouchable? If this spoke to you, the next step is clear. Implement what you've learned from this video, watch some of my other videos and subscribe, not for me, but for the path, so we can keep walking it together. Because in the end, the Stoics were right. No one can harm the man who has mastered himself.